Hello everybody, today I'm playing 5 Nights at Freddy's 4, and before you ask, my voice is fricked. My throat hurts so bad, it's unbelievable, but I have to make this video right now. So, I'm starting a quest to perfect this game, um, because it's actually 3:30 in the morning right now. I woke up at 1:45, and then I wanted to kill myself because waking up that early really sucks because you know you won't be able to get back to bed. It's the worst. So I started watching YouTube, and I was watching the Bones 5 Iceberg video 2, and the second to last one he mentioned was laughs were skill. And I knew what that was referring to. It's referring to Nightmare in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, and I didn't believe him, but so basically how the laughs work is um, Nightmare has a 10% chance every 10 seconds to do a fake laugh. So that right there already says a lot. So every 10 seconds, if Nightmare laughs on a 10-second interval, then it's a fake laugh almost 100% of the time. Now, if the way the real laughs work is like I think every second, there's like a 50% chance for a counter to go up for the bed and closet separately, and once that counter gets at 20, he'll laugh. So there's a chance that could land on 10-second intervals, but it's extremely rare. So using that, we can determine whether a laugh is real or fake. But the problem with that is that if he laughs a real laugh on the closet, the counter reaches 20 on the closet interval. He'll go to the closet. The fake laugh interval stays the same, 10 seconds, but the bed pauses the fake laugh interval. So if it takes 8 seconds to get, I don't know why it'd take that long. If it takes 6 seconds to like fend off Nightmare from the beginning of his laugh to when you take him off of your bed, then the real laugh or fake laugh interval will now be on 16 seconds, 26 seconds, 36 seconds, so on and so forth, instead of that digit ending in a 0 to end with a 6. So using that and a timer, I think I can perfect this game as much as humanly possible. So I'm not going to have blind mode on. I'm just going to do a test with this strategy because I think it's going to be beautiful. I really do. I'm using not blind mode because, well, it doesn't seem much different. I will be able to flash the hallways just to see everything. He laughed on on 40 seconds. That means it's fake because it was a 10-second interval. That laugh was real though. It was a closet. That was a 20-second. That was 120. So look at. Oh, what? Okay, so that did end up landing on a 10-second interval, which is unfortunate that that can happen. But that's his second laugh. That's his second real laugh. So that proves that this works. That proves this works. I'm gonna do a blind all nightmare run, and I'm gonna show you guys how awesome this freaking strategy is. Alright, I'm gonna do blind all nightmare. Blind all nightmare blind. No cheats, of course. Let's do this, guys. I'm ready. I'm excited. Well, there was the real laugh. 10-second interval starting from 3. That's what I should say. That's because it took me 3 seconds to clear him from the bed. And just like that, blind all nightmare completed on my very first attempt. Very first attempt. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about with this. This is literally like, why are people not using the strategy, and why is it not more out there? I want to do another run, but let me just say that this one thing, knowing how these laughs actually works, it's like a revolution in my brain. It's like the definition of maturing is realizing how these laughs work. It's like the difference between a student and a teacher. It's like this is opening my eyes to a whole new world of Five Nights at Freddy's. Understanding how this works, it opens up so many doors that were not open before. This is like completely revolutionary for me. So I want to do a lot of FNAF 4. Probably not on recording, but on my own time, I'm gonna play this game like crazy. I'm gonna play this game. I'm gonna perfect this game, and it's gonna be incredible. So, I did get pretty unlucky with the real laughs. He did 2 real laughs pretty instantly, which for showing off this strategy, it's not really efficient. So I want to do another run, hopefully get a little bit more unlucky with the real laughs to show how broken this strategy is. And I'm going to hope to get bed before closet, because bed before closet would show that even though you can get fricked over by an interval, like by a bed interval landing before a closet interval, it's still possible to manage everything even on top of that. So I'm gonna do another run and just show you guys how this is gonna work a little bit better, so you can see another run. Okay, I gotta talk about that one for a little bit. So what happened there was he did a real laugh, and I was able to fend him off of the bed. But that would have set my intervals. I didn't count exactly, but the fake laugh intervals was either 5 or 6 second. Like the clock would end in a 5 or a 6, and that's what happened with that laugh. That's why I went back to the door, because I was like, oh, it's a fake laugh. But this was a unfortunate case where the real laugh interval landed exactly on a fake laugh interval. And when that happens, it's like an intertwined mess of crap that was purposely designed to freak you up. Then that's unfortunate. There's not much you can do to combat that, I guess. However, I still think there's ways around it and to make it more consistent. So I'm gonna do another run, and hopefully I get bed before closet again, because getting bed before closet, I would have been able to defend myself, but the intervals, they were not working for me, because I got it's a real laugh interval on a fake laugh interval timer. So I got really unfortunate there. Okay. We're not gonna count that run, because if you've seen what happened, I got stuck. He did a real laugh, and I knew it because it wasn't on 10 seconds at all. But he was in the closet, and I tried going to the closet. I mean, I was stuck. I couldn't even get into the closet. Sometimes that happens, and that really sucks, because the screen wasn't centered or something. And there we go. There it is again. So I'm gonna do one more run. Oh my gosh, that's so loud. Okay. So I'm gonna do one more run without blind mode on, but I'm not gonna use the flashlight on the door, so it's effectively the exact same thing. I'm just gonna leave blind mode off so you guys can see a little bit better what I'm doing. And also, there was a case where he didn't go on the bed either of the real laughs, so if you notice, every single laugh after that was exactly on a 10-second interval, and that's important to note because that just proves that the bed is what messes up the fake laugh intervals. So also, I think he did a laugh before 40 seconds, a real laugh before 40 seconds, which confirms something that I had in my mind. Question I had in my mind was that does the timer for the laughs start at the beginning of the night or when Nightmare gets placed in at 20 seconds? But because that was before 40 seconds, that proves that these timers for real laughs get set the second the night starts. It's not when Nightmare gets put in at 20 seconds, it's when the night starts at 0 seconds. So that's cool. And also, because of the way the intervals work, there's a 50% chance every second that one will get added to each position's timer, or like, I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about probably. And if you don't, there's not a chance I'm going to be able to explain it to you. So because of that, there's a 50% chance every single second. So if he does a real laugh and he's in like the closet, then if he does any kind of guaranteed real laugh before 20 seconds, he's 100% guaranteed to be on the bed. Vice versa, and that's how you can eliminate some RNG with him appearing on the bed and then the closet. But say he appears in the closet when you're at the door, and then you have to check all three positions. You can eliminate the bed because it was in within 20 seconds, and you could probably do that with like 30 seconds realistically, but more realistically 25 seconds. So within that time frame, you can guarantee that he's in the closet, so you don't even have to check behind you, which can make it more consistent in the long run. I'm not saying that's going to happen every run because it probably won't, but it can happen sometimes. So I'm going to do this again, but I'm not going to flash the halls, so this is effectively blind mode. Just the only difference is it's easier to get in the closet, because blind mode makes getting in the closet the hardest thing ever. There we go. Cool. Alright. Loud beep. Alright. I feel like I said alright every other word. Okay. Alright. I said it again. So that's all Nightmare blind twice, and then once without blind mode on, but I didn't use the flashlight in the hallway, so it's effectively the same thing. The only thing that's easier with this is getting into the closet, because you can actually see what the freak you're doing. But this is just proof how consistent I have gotten at this. And by the way, I did not practice this strategy. I was going into this just from hearing what I heard. So this is with zero practice, 100% like raw input, just going in with the strategy that I've never tried in my entire lifetime. I'm putting it to action in this video, and this I'm already got 3 wins in 35 minutes, and this there's a lot of talking too. So I only died 1 time, and I beat the night 3 times, and I died once because of a real laugh interval landing on a fake laugh interval, which is going to happen every now and then. So that's really the only thing luck about this now. So now knowing what I know about this, Five Nights at Freddy's 4 was already my favorite FNAF game of all time, but I hated the max modes, and it was all because of this censor word guy. He's so annoying. Like, he was just so bad. He was pure luck, and because like any sane person going into this without digging into it as much as I have, because I've tried so hard to reduce RNG on this mode, and now I've finally done it. But before all that, the strategy is get freaking lucky on a laugh. That was the whole strategy, was get lucky, and you can imagine how that's luck based. It's common sense. But then there's rumors, which they are fake, but there's rumors that he has a higher chance to do a real laugh for the first 3 hours, and the second 3 hours it's a higher chance to do a fake laugh. That's false, but that is good information that it will lead you in the right direction, and using that you can reduce a lot of RNG. Um, but after, and then I found out he only does 2 real laughs, and it has nothing to do with times. Knowing that, you can reduce all RNG after the first 2 laughs. But now knowing this thing with the intervals, how fake laughs are always on 10-second intervals, unless it gets paused from him doing a real laugh and going onto the bed, and then knowing how all the real laughs do work, and knowing about just like every little detail about these laughs and how they work, I can reduce RNG down to a minuscule amount from what would have been considered the most RNG based thing in all of FNAF when I first completed that, to now. I just about did it 3 times in a row, which is insane considering I haven't practiced this strategy at all. This is just 100% raw input. This is just me going in with a strategy that I thought might work, and it works. It works so well, and I might make a strategy guide, because now, with how much I've mastered this right here, I would say that this is a little bit harder, because even though there's not a chance I'm gonna die for the first 4 hours, that's still harder than Nightmare is after he's done 2 laughs. So for the last 2 hours, those first two, the real laughs are all on air for pretty much the entire night, unless he does 2 immediately. So, with that being said, this mode, it's trivial. It's really easy after he does those first 2 real laughs. Whereas this, he will do those 2 real laughs most likely in your 2 hours that you have him, but you won't just, he's not gonna laugh twice and then the rest of the night just be brain dead easy for the last 4 hours. Instead, it'll be the last hour or 30 seconds if you get unlucky. So that's why I would say that this is harder, knowing my strategy. But if you don't have as crazy of a strategy as I do for this, then I still would say that this is harder. But I might make a guide on this game, a full, not, I'm not gonna break down AI or anything, because you guys don't care about that. What we care about is being consistent. So I might make a guide on how to do both of these max modes, because there are crazy strategies revolving around this mode, and I have to laugh at them because they're ridiculous. Like the double closing the doors, the freaking doing all this crazy stuff with intervals, trying to prevent everything. Just play the game normally. Come on, I mean, it's easier. I've tried all these goofy strategies trying to maximize my potential with this game. They don't work. I died to Freddy so many times using these goofy strategies, and granted, that's probably my fault for not mastering these strategies, but using the base game strategy, I never die on this. Literally never die on this. So, I'll teach you guys how to play this game like a professional, like myself. Alright? I'll show you how to just get good. You have to just, the main idea is go to the closet, close it for 10 seconds, then check Freddy, and then do left door, right door, bed, closet, bed. Repeat that, and you won't die. You will not die at all. People are like, oh, it's like frame perfect if you get 2, if Freddy and, or if Bonnie and Chica are at your doors, it's like frame perfect to get to Freddy in time. It is not. It's not at all. It's so easy. The only thing that's hard about the first 4 hours is not messing up the breathing mechanic. That's the only thing you can possibly mess up. And if you mess that up, it's 100% your own fault. And then this, I'll do a guide on both modes probably in the same video. This is pretty much as easy as it gets using my new strategy that I showed off in this video. To break it down a little bit further, the basic idea is that you just want to play it like normal. Probably like load in all the loading zones for your first 20 seconds, and then after he spawns in, just keep your full focus on the timer, because if he does a real laugh, you want to make sure you can count exactly how long it takes you to get to the bed if he is on the bed. So with that being said, you just want to just pay full attention on that timer that you have, and then If he does a laugh on a 10-second interval, assume it's a fake laugh. Just assume there's a 1 in 10 chance that it's a real laugh, but just assume it's a fake laugh, and you'll probably be fine. If he laughs and it's not 10 seconds, check the bed, and then if he's not there, check the closet. If he's on the closet, hey, you're good. The rest of the night's it's super easy. If he is on the bed, though, then make sure you were counting how long it takes you to get to the bed and how long it takes you to fend him off of the bed, and however many seconds it takes from your initial laugh and from him leaving the bed. Say it takes you 3 seconds like it did on my one run, then instead of checking for a fake laugh every 10 seconds, you want to check it every 10 seconds starting from 3 seconds. So it'll be, instead of 10, 20, 30, 40, it'll be 13, 23, 33, and 43. It's that easy. So that's when the fake laugh interval will continue, is from you fending him off the bed, if that makes sense. So if he is in the closet for that first fake laugh, then the fake laugh intervals will always still be on that 10-second interval starting from 0. So basically, if he does a next real laugh, then it'll be very obvious, because the timer won't end in a 0 unless you get really unlucky. So that's why you really want Nightmare to go in the closet first, because if he goes in the closet first, the rest of the night is easy. And if he goes in the bed first, you'll have to work for your win, but you will never die unless you frick up or you get a real laugh interval on a fake laugh interval. Then that can mess you up. But that's my basic strategy guide on this mode and what I did to achieve almost 3 runs in a row. So yeah, this is probably a long video, but it's well deserving of it. This is literally groundbreaking. I don't know why people aren't using the strategy. It's probably because it's complicated, but it's not that bad. I mean, learning it, I learned it in one try. I didn't even die. I beat this blind all nightmare on my very first try using the strategy without doing the strategy ever. So yeah, this is a very easy strategy, and it reduces almost all bit of luck. And another thing, one quick thing before I get out of here, is that what I was saying earlier, before I did just all nightmare, was that this was already my favorite FNAF game by far, and the one thing I hated was Nightmare. But knowing what I know now about the laughs, I actually really enjoy Blind All Nightmare. I mean, I really do. Honestly, it's kind of boring after he does 2 real laughs, and that's kind of crazy to think about, is that this is just boring and I wish it was harder. But that's kind of where we're at with this mode. This is probably the max mode that I've beaten the most, because I've seriously tried so long to reduce RNG on this mode. But now that it's finally done, I can say that this is my favorite FNAF game, and it is literally a perfect FNAF game. There's nothing wrong with it. I used to be able to say that all except for Nightmare. I would always say that this is a perfect FNAF game except for Nightmare. Now it's a perfect FNAF game. There's nothing to add. It is a perfect FNAF game. This is like, oh my gosh, it's so good. I know I'm really talking a lot, and you guys probably, there's like one person left watching this, but man, this is just too cool. Okay, I can't get over it. Quick thing before I get out of here is I will try to reduce luck even further on this mode, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think we're at peak. But one thing I do have to mention is that in the Bones 5 video of the Iceberg video 2 that he did, when he talked about how the real laughs and fake laughs actually work, he said that the closet and bed have the same timer chances and stuff like that. But 2 out of the 3 runs, I'm pretty sure 2 out of the 3 runs that I did, he did 2 real laughs, and both real laughs were in the closet. So there might be a higher chance of him being in the closet, but I also might have just got crazy lucky, because him being in the closet is easier than the bed with this strategy. So either I got really lucky, or the chances are leaning more towards him being in the closet than the bed. Either way, it doesn't really matter. I'll probably figure more stuff out later. So with all of that being said, that'll be the end of this video. I stuck at outros. Goodbye.